Hello and welcome to the Philippines. In this video I'm going to cover a lot of topics, so stick with me if you can. I'm going to touch on cost of living, renting versus buying, food, girls, have they changed, dating changed, a little bit about the foreigner mix here, a little bit about immigration, safety, transportation, just a number of different things that I've got listed down here to touch on. So stick with me if you can. I've got over 1,500 videos up since 2016, and a lot of real estate videos, condos, housing developments. What do they look like? What do they cost to rent, to buy? Different information. Got a membership site, the lower left-hand corner of the video, if you want to help support the channel. And anyway, yeah, let's get into it. First of all, cost of living. I came here in 2015, and I think I was paying my first place, and I've got videos of all my condos and many other condos. Cost of living has, in some cases, gone up as far as rent, but in some cases has even gone down, surprisingly, some areas. Big reason for that is the government travel lockdowns, those so wise lockdowns that destroyed economies of people and of countries. 2022 through 2020 through 2022, pretty much. And there's still a little bit of a recovery mode, trying to get the tourists back. Anyway, rental prices here in Cebu City, in the central Visayas, you can still find, when I came here, you could find a studio for between 10, 15, depending on location, sometimes 20,000 pesos. For instance, I'm paying 25,000 right now for a one-bedroom. Before the pandemic, before the government shut the economy down, they were renting it out for 35,000, so that's 10,000 less. And I know of many units also renting, very similar to mine, renting for 25,000 instead of 30 and 35,000 that they were before 2022 government lockdowns. On the other hand, a lot of these newer condominiums they're asking for quite a bit more, 35, 40,000. So it really depends on the location. Got a friend renting a studio next to, in Solanea, next to Ayala Mall, for 25,000. He said he's looked at a bunch of them, and pretty much if you're in that location, you can find them a little bit cheaper, but then your furnishings go down. You know, fully furnished means a lot of different things to different people. So you might get a bed and a small television, table, and a rice cooker. For some people, that is fully furnished. So you just need to be aware of that. And yeah, walking up Ramos Street. Interesting. When I first came to town, my second taxi, I took a taxi from the airport, but my second taxi, I took from the uptown area, and I told him I want to go to Premier City Suite. And the guy said, City Suites. And I'm just walking from City Suites. I've done some videos there. And he didn't speak very good English. Bigger lady there, she's there almost every day. And so he dropped me off at City Suites, and I started walking, and that's how I started learning my way around Cebu City. But I got to like this area. It just has a vibe, this uptown area. It's got a couple Robinson's malls. It's got a number of restaurants, hospitals, several hospitals within a few blocks up here. Velez Hospital across the street. You got bar, used to be called Time Out Bar many years ago, but now it's called the 301 Ramos Street Bar across the street. Cold beer and drinks and good food. But yeah, it just has a interesting vibe, in my opinion, anyway. And cost of living, yeah, if you're going to buy, especially the newer condos, boy, they have just gone up super high in price and cost per square meter per square foot. And but at the same time, they're offering what they call big discounts, easy terms. And my own opinion is that they raised the price higher than they would have otherwise, so that they could offer big discounts. You know how that works. You raise the price and then you offer big discounts and better terms, no interest, all sorts of different incentives. I'm renting from a person who bought probably 12 years ago when it was pre-selling, so they've got the lower costs, and they can get they don't need to get the higher price and still get a reasonable return on their investment. And I'm happy with her, and she's happy with me because I take care of a lot of the little things. I'm not calling her like some of her tenants. She's got a couple other units. They call her, something wrong with this, something wrong with this, and she works, so it's difficult for her to take time off work and come and try to get something fixed. As far as food, I go to places and buy several of the supermarkets, but even more S&R, which is like Costco, and Landers, which is like Costco, and membership type stores. They've got more international foods, but they spread those international foods among many different nationalities. The Koreans, the Chinese, the other Asians, as well as Western type foods. So I can get some Kirkland type products there, and other products that are because of the custom fees coming in. It's interesting. I just bought 3 large cans of Kirkland coffee because the price dropped. A lot of places you can't even find it, and they were out of it for a while. And it was about 1,300 and dropped down to 1,100. Lowest I've seen in over a year. So I bought 3 cans of that, stocked up. And olive oil's really gone up in price. So extra virgin olive oil, I get the Kirkland brand. It's almost doubled in price in the last couple of years. Food in a lot of the restaurants has gone up a little bit. The social at in Ayala Mall, kind of a favorite. It's not just a restaurant, which is nice. Mostly you only have restaurants there. You've got Texas Roadhouse, which they want you to come in, eat, spend your money, pay, and leave, so you can free up that table. Same thing, they got a Chili's that's relatively new here. Same thing, they want you to come in, eat, pay your bill, and leave. We need the table for other customers. And the social is nice in that they've got enough seating. It's a bar and restaurant. They've got a band, I think, every night. And you can sit and talk. Band isn't so loud. You can still talk and eat and drink and do whatever you want for many hours if you want, and enjoy the place. But yeah, food and restaurants. When I came here 2015-16, it was almost impossible to find a good steak. And now you can find them at a number of different places. But USDA, they're not cheap. And even in the grocery stores, you can find the Australian, the New Zealand, and the U.S. Beef and other types of meats as well. But yeah, they're not cheap. Anywhere from about 800 pesos per kilogram on up to 2,000 or more per kilogram. Just depends upon what you're looking for. Transportation has gone up just a little bit. Jeepneys charge just a few more pesos. Buses, we're getting more of these clean.
Fresh from our farm. All right,
I'll check. Cleaner fuel. The jeepneys were belching, a lot of them belching out black smoke. They've gotten rid of those, although there's still a lot of them on the streets here. And anyway, yeah, this is a little strip mall type place, interesting. Pizza place here, served pretty good pizza.
Hello. What's the name of this place? What's the name of the pizza place?
Pizza, Entry Mall.
Huh?
Entry Mall.
No, this.
Pizza.
Huh?
Pizza. Pizza station.
One pizza?
Three.
Three pizza.
Oh.
Three pizza station. All right. I couldn't remember. I couldn't find it on the apps.
English is the second official language here in the Philippines, and some, part of it's my hearing. Part of it is because they pronounce letters differently than we do. Even with my girlfriend of 6 years. Oh no, out of order. CR. They call bathrooms, toilets, CRs, comfort rooms here in the Philippines.
Skincare.
But yeah,
Dog Nation. Pet
you walk
Hotel.
in these little side places, little strip malls, all kinds of pet hotel there, all kinds of interesting places. Worth getting out and investigating, exploring around. A lot of people wanting whiter skin here in the Philippines, many Asian countries. But yeah, it's funny. I've traveled to many different islands, and I'll find older people, some older people who can speak very good English, and some who absolutely do not speak any English, don't want to even try. It gives them what they call a nosebleed. And some children will speak very good English. Other people in their same family, almost zero. So I think learning languages is a little bit of a I don't know. It's in your genetics or something, because what I hear, I have a hard time hearing the actual sounds. So how do I duplicate the sounds they're making? They're not.
Good afternoon.
I've learned a little bit of Spanish. That wasn't too difficult, but boy, Bisaya and Filipino are a major challenge for me. So miscommunication, especially if you're dealing with a dentist or doctor or nurse, pharmacy, that's important. If you can write the thing down, like your medicine that you want, whether it's over the counter or prescription, write it down. Because sometimes I pronounce something that I want, and they they try to give me something that I don't want. I always look at the package, and I'll ask another Filipino beside me or behind me, "Can you translate my English?" And they'll say it, I think, exactly the same way I say it, and then they understand it. The pharmacist understands them, but they don't understand me, even though I think I'm saying exactly the same thing. By the way, I was walked up Ramos Street, and now I'm going down what's called Mango Avenue by many. The official name was changed, I think, during World War II to General Maxilome Avenue, but I've even seen it still on maps. This armored car is going to pull out here. A lot of armored cars, a lot of security guards with guns outside of many businesses. Something that surprised me when I first came here. Banks will have usually like 3 armed guards, a couple outside, a couple inside. Many businesses or strip malls will have 1 or more as well. And something kind of unique. And across the street to the left is what's called Mango Square. It used to be a major over there. All bars, mostly all bars over there. Several years ago, I think the mayor shut everything down, and now it's fast food places. There was a Korean bar over there, but they shut it down didn't have the right permits or something. So that's Mango Square over there. This side is called Mango 2, and then we'll walk over to Mango 1. But you do have a new bar down here. It was kind of a dance club. It was a dance club. They had a big dance floor out there, and apparently they didn't get much business, so they've changed it over to a sports bar.
You still have a dance club in here?
Oh, that's club, like.
Is it a dance club
Oh,
still?
we don't have dance club, sir.
No more. Okay. Just a sports bar.
Yeah, only live band.
Live band every
Yeah,
night?
Yeah, every night.
What time?
9 p.m. sir.
9?
To 12.
Till 12?
Yeah.
Okay.
American?
Yeah.
From where?
Arizona.
Oh, really? I mean, I'm from Cal. I mean, I grew up here, but I'm in California now.
Oh, I lived in LA for a little while, yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, my wife, she's a Mormon from Arizona.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, but I brought her brother-in-law here. We bought to show him a good time.
Cool.
My brother-in-law. Yeah.
Lots of friendly people still, Filipinos, when I get out and walk. Lots of money transfer places, pawn shops, and yeah, we'll walk over that area over there. There's Horizon 101, a 55-story condominium, tallest building outside of Metro Manila, I think, still. And some of you probably stayed there. The only complaint I get is that there should be more elevators. Sometimes there's a wait for the elevators because there's so many people living and staying there. I've done a number of videos, I think 3 or 4 different videos in there at different units. One thing I've noticed here at the end of March, previous video I said it was already May, but the end of March 2025, there's a lot more foreigners here than I can remember other years. This used to be a Korean restaurant. They were there about 6 months. I didn't make it. What do you got here? Beverage Solutions. So I don't know if that's a liquor store, something like that. Vita supplement type place, and a coffee shop. Haven't been in that coffee shop. I'll have to check it out. Anyway, but yeah, I have noticed. It seems to me, I don't have official numbers. Many more Western tourists staying longer. And why is that? That's because, when I came, I think there was 3 or 4 foreign Western vloggers in the Philippines. Now there are, maybe there's 100 of them. And so people are watching videos and getting recommended Philippine videos. This restaurant didn't last very long either. There was a good restaurant, Sunburst. We used to go in there regularly. Really good food and chicken curries. Somebody else moved in there. Lasted about a year or so, I think. But yeah, across the way over there, they've got the new social, kind of in the back area. They've got a disco back there. More the kids type thing. That's a little more noise than I can handle. This place didn't last long. They've got new ownership, new Korean restaurant.
Hi, sir.
Hello, what is this now?
Korean food, sir.
Korean food.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, they changed.
You can try to look inside, sir.
Oh, I'm meeting a friend, so I need to go.
Okay.
I'm walking to Ayala Mall. But Korean food, they just changed. Before it was different.
Yeah, it's
Different name, same owner?
No.
Different owner. Okay.
Yeah, Koreans are the number 1 tourists here from that country. Here it's called I don't know Korean. I'm not Korean. I don't know how to pronounce that properly. But yeah, lots of kimchi and other types of things anyway. And got banks. You've got motorbike Honda place up here. And yeah, we're walking still on Mango, and then we're going to cut off on Side Street up here a few blocks. I'll point out a few bars up here ways. Some of you might have heard of or been in. But yeah, I'm going to bounce around the topics a little bit here. The foreigners staying longer, and I had a friend, he was going to go to another island, and he said, the hotels were filled up on the days that I wanted to go. I met British lady, the daughter of a friend of mine. She was here. She wanted to go to Bawal, go diving, and she said the date she wanted to go diving, the dive spots were all taken up. So there are foreigners here, a lot of Koreans, Japanese, other Asians and Westerners signing up for those types of things. And I think there's
We have a condominium, sir.
still in recovery mode.
I'm busy right now, but I'll look at it. Thanks.
Yeah, condo salesman handed me from Taft Eastgate, handed me a flyer. I've been in there, up by Ayala, done a couple of videos in there. And cost of living as far as transportation, buses still very, very cheap, inexpensive. Might be, 20, 30, 40 pesos more than before. Taxis, you can rent a taxi going north from Cebu, about a 3.5-hour ride north or south. You can rent one, and probably for the day. Rent them for 8 hours, take you around Cebu, for instance, or other islands. I'm regularly quoted about 3,500 pesos. Pretty much, and it's about three and a half, 4-hour drive, depending upon traffic and construction. So yeah, very cheap. Bus rides much cheaper than that. Taxi will get you there a little bit faster. They've got V-Hire vans that have regular routes. Might be just a little more than a bus, but boy, they cram people into those buses. Very uncomfortable. They just pack them in there. Very uncomfortable, being packed together like sardines. And flying, various airlines still recovering from the pandemic, but more and more airports, more domestic flights going around the Philippines, and then more international flights coming in and out of the various, like Cebu City. Other than Manila has the most direct international flights. Iloilo over on Panay Island is getting a few more international flights, and that will continue to happen over the years. If we don't have another silly government lockdown, that is. Oh, let's talk about immigration. Immigration, when I first came here, there was a 2-page form to fill out, and I needed to get 2 references, 2 Filipino references. And in fact, the first time I went down, after a month, I got my free 1 month, and then I filled out the paperwork, took it down there, and they said, "Where are your references?" And I said, "I don't have any references. I've only been here 30 days. And he let me pass with that. And yeah, Bamboozers bar here, I think they open later than everybody, about 6 or 7, I think, and stay open later in the evening. Then a bunch of bikini bars along here and across the street as well.
Nova X Club Arena 2.
Bikini bar over there. Howling Dog 2 is over there. They've got a little Mexican restaurant in there as well. I've had their burrito a while back, not too bad. Mexican food. There's a couple Mexican restaurants. Some have come and gone. There's a couple still here.
Motorbike shop. Electronic center. Cockadoo Gentlemen's Club.
But all the Mexican food I've had here doesn't really taste like Mexican food I've had back in Arizona or Texas. There's Texas, what they call Tex-Mex there. But yeah, where was I? Got interrupted there. Across the street, you got a big church, kind of I don't think it's really, I don't know if it's Presbyterian. It's kind of an offshoot type church. They were in the news a lot when I first came here. And I'm not sure. I thought maybe they were Mormon, but they're not. They're some other offshoot.
And
Howling Dog bar over there on the corner. It used to be called Billy's, and I think the wife or girlfriend of Billy took off with his money, and he sold the place. There's another place called Billy's up on Escario Street, ways from here. But I think Billy is no longer involved in that as well. There's a couple other foreign owners. In fact, they've changed the name, but they haven't changed the sign. Ned Kelly, Outlaw Ned Kelly, is the official name now, I think. Anyway, immigration. Yeah, you know, I did all that myself for a couple of years, going down and sit, and I was usually in there one of the first ones, and I would be out within 1 or 2 hours. Once it took 4 hours. I think they forgot me, but I had to remind them. Yeah, now you can do some of that online, and I've had a number of people comment and send me emails. Sometimes they're able to do it online, sometimes they're not, do their extensions, and so kind of a in process type thing. It's evolving, and their system is not always working properly. I guess that's what I've been told. Some of you have heard the stories. Oh, immigration is getting more difficult to keep your tourist visa. There's more questions, and they're saying that, you know, if you stay on a tourist visa, legally you can stay on the tourist visa 3 years, 36 months, extending it every 1-2 months. Used to be able to do it for 6 months at a time, but you know, they want to weed out the bad people, and a big part of that was because there were so many Chinese involved in these Philippine POGOs, Philippine offshore gaming operators, that were involved in crimes and kidnapping and drugs and prostitution, all that sort of thing. And they're really going after a dog's life. They're going after the bad players primarily, and most people aren't going to have any trouble. Everybody I've talked to said it was real easy for them to go in. I use an agent. It's so much easier. JRC, visa agency, visa consultant, and immigration services. And I've done a lot of interviews with him. I've got a link in the description and in the first comment of every video to his, and if you contact him through their
Don't shoot yourself.
Facebook page, that usually works the fastest, is what I've been told. They've got a website, offices in Cebu City next to Ayala Mall, in Manila, and in Dumaguete right next to immigration office down there. It's so much easier. Give them my paperwork, my passport, and used to get it back same day, but now immigration doesn't do it quite as quickly, and it might take a week for me to get it back, but I always keep a copy of everything, so that's not an issue. Another question that comes up in a lot of forums: do I need to keep my passport? Travel, always have it on me. And you will get so many different answers there, and you know, what is policy and what is reality? Reality is if you've got a copy of your passport, hopefully carry it with you, and another photo ID, that should take care of 99.9% of any issues traveling in the Philippines. That is what my experience and the experience of dozens of other people that I've talked to and read in the forums. Some people will say, "Oh, absolutely, you have to carry your passport every place you go." Of course, there's the problem: it may be stolen or lost while you're traveling. Then you've got another problem. What about safety? You know, the pandemic, 2 years of lockdowns, changed people all over the world. That's like, you know, solitary confinement. Not quite, but similar. People lost their businesses, they lost their jobs, they lost their trust in governments, among other things. Generally, Filipinos are very friendly, helpful, tolerant, and but I think they're more desperate people. So I am more cognizant when I'm walking. I stop and check and make sure, is anybody following me, those sorts of things, because I do walk a lot. But pretty much everywhere in the Philippines, that you know, there are no-go zones. You need to be aware of that. But my feeling is I feel very, very safe, much safer here than most places. Anyway, thanks for coming along. See you in the next video.